Welcome back, Warriors. Back with another episode of Vigor Warriors 2. And welcome to the 1% Club, gang. We are moving along. Hope you guys are on your purpose, keeping with your plan and your journey, and it will become fruitful. I know that because experiences I've had indicate to me that this is the way life should be, and this is the truth. So to me, I think that all the things you listen to and talk to and think about, you got to be able to kind of say to yourself, okay, what's really going on here? So one of these things we're going to talk about today is brought to my attention by our esteemed viewer. Sorry about that. Esteemed viewer, Alan Tanner. And Alan has a good question about, shots and different things, medicine, things like that. So let's kind of delve into that. Subscribe, like, and comment, because I take a lot of your comments and feedback for topics and things that we're going to focus on. And I have several that you guys have done the last couple of days, so I appreciate those. So this one we're going to talk about, during the thing that we're going through now. Should you take, the required type of thing that they're talking about? Now, obviously, I'm not saying it because I don't want to necessarily get myself in trouble here on YouTube at this point. But should you kind of take things that society's telling you to do? So this is a good question, right? Because for all these years, and I fell into this too, for all these years, we're looking at things that people have told us, experts in the field, right? Things that, they've told us in the media, things they've told us. And I've come to believe that we are living in a matrix, which is why those Matrix movies were so popular. What it appears to be is not what really is going on. And I think in many, many ways, we're not really kind of using the inner resources of our own body and what God has given us to be able to do that. Now, it took me many, many years to kind of figure this out. So I'm hoping I'm imparting information to you guys that are a lot younger to be able to kind of see this and say, okay, I'm going to make my own decisions and kind of figure out what's my best path and my best journey to get to where I want to go. And that to me is the closest thing to God. And when I talk about Sufism, I talk about brahmacharya, I talk about celibacy, all those things focus on the same goal. And that's to get to the closest that you can become to the creator, the person who created you, the God that created you. So the type of thing that you want to kind of look at is kind of saying, okay, why is this happening, right? And how can I become the best person I can become? So let's look at both of those avenues as I answer this question for Alan. So when we look at the things happening in our society, the matrix, realize that we are in a world of commerce. We are in a world of people making money. This is what they want to do. People need to make money. They want to buy things. They want to do things. And we can go into a whole discussion of capitalism versus communism and all those type of things and socialism. But the thing is people want to make money. So because they want to make money, the more money they can make, the better off they will feel they become. Now, in my sense, as I've grown older, I realize that money is not the major thing. It's really a very minor thing. It's a tool you can use to get things that you want, but really the thing that comes within is mastering yourself. But that's another topic. When you're looking at this, realize that people want to make money. So everything you're seeing, everything that everybody you talk with, everybody has a certain type of angle that they want to promote. They want to persuade you. They want to sell you themselves or something else that they're pushing. So the question then becomes, when you look at something, can you discern that out? Can you discern a reason? I saw my dad, before he passed away, I saw him taking 7, 8 pills. He had a whole box of pills before he passed away. Now, that may have helped him temporarily for things that he was going through, but how many side effects did that have on him? How many side effects did it have? Now, in the meantime, the more he was going to the doctor, the more he was going to situations that needed medicine, things like that, the more money the health industry made. And guys, once again, it goes back to money. Now, I'm not saying that medicine can't help anybody. I believe in Christian Science as well. Mary Baker Eddy, I believe there's things you can do, obviously, to help people who are hurting or illness. But just remember, guys, that the money in the health industry is phenomenal. And every time they put out something, whether it's a shot or something like that, they're making tons of money on this. And just realize that though it may be helping people in different ways, it could be a placebo effect. A lot of people that go to doctors really indicate that they're just there more for the social aspect of they need to talk to somebody, a doctor or someone there. And they're going because of that reason. They're not necessarily going because they feel ill, they feel lonely. And this happens a lot with people who are elderly or stuck in homes and things like that. The other issue becomes is that what effect do these things have on people? And so, Alan, when you make your stand, you're talking about making your stand. Realize, and I'll do another video on making stands, but the whole idea is realize that your goal is to not worry about other people. There's a famous saying that in your 20s, you worry what people say. In your 40s, you don't care. And when you're 60, you realize people weren't thinking about you anyway. Right? They weren't really thinking about you anyway. They're just kind of moving on, doing their own thing. Most people do not think about you. So then you got to think to yourself, okay, why am I worried about other people? Yes, you may be someone who is ostracized. I've been like that many, many times in different things that I've done. I can relate to it. But in the long run, you got to stick to your guns. I think I actually did a video on that. Stick to your guns. Stay on your purpose. And people are going to be upset. This is how you can figure out how successful you are. If people are upset with you for something, or they're not agreeing with you, then you must be doing something right. Because no one kicks anybody unless they're doing something that's important. So going back to this, once again, realize, guys, that people are making money on this. So that's a purpose. So don't always believe that everything is altruistic when it comes to people selling you things, telling you to do things. So let's get to the crux of the matter. So secondly then, because of Sufism, because of brahmacharya, because of celibacy, because of retention, I have come to learn that you should not put anything in your body unless it's absolutely necessary. Foods, right? But the right kind of foods, right? If you need to take shots, the right type of shots, right? That are really going to help you. I don't believe in putting anything in you that is not necessary. I believe the body can heal a lot of itself. And I believe the body has got immune systems that can do that. And so, Alan, your stand, I believe, is correct. And I believe that you need to kind of think about how to deal with all this other stuff going around you. But it's no different than if you're on your journey. I'll tell you guys, I mean, I have of the situations, these situations, I've gotten more grief on the retention part of it than I have anything else. I've gotten people who are more upset that I'm retaining. You would think, and back in the old days, guys, this was something that was admired for people to do this. So you're going to find battles, but in fact, because you're doing this, you're stronger, and you realize there's a lot of things out there you thought in the field of medicine and food and all these type of things that you don't need. You don't need to do all that kind of stuff. And then therefore, you have to make a real solid choice of what needs to go into your body to make it a temple, to make it a high-speed car, those type of things. And so realizing the two things here, that a lot of companies, especially the health industry, the smoking industry, the fast food industry, all these people are making tons of money. And if you stop doing this stuff, and we do it as a collective nation, people are going to be broke. And that's what you're kind of seeing in some things, because people are moving away from those things that are temptations that you could lose energy. And you don't want to do those type of things that get yourself into a lot of bad situations. And so, Alan, as a great question you're asking me, I believe that I would not put anything in my body unless it was absolutely necessary for your survival. And I also would tend to look more internally to the things that you have, the strength, and as you do more retention and those things go on, you become stronger. And just take a little bit of analysis of how sick are you. You know, is it something that you need to do, no matter what people are telling you around you? And like I said, the more people tell you you're wrong, the chances are the more that you're right, because they wouldn't be on your case. They wouldn't be upset about this. Retention is a great example of that, right? A lot of people may be jealous, may be upset that you're making this strong decision, but stick to your guns, my friends. Stick to your guns and continue your journey. No matter what happens, you might have robbers on your journey, people trying to stop you, those vampires coming out at night when you're traveling down the road, right? You might those succubuses bringing you in, saying, come into my bedroom, right? Those zombies who just kind of want to waste your time, walk around aimlessly, looking for something else to draw energy on, right? They're all going to be around you. They're all going to be there. You just have to continue the journey. And the hardest idea here, guys, is to continue going straight ahead no matter what happens. So Alan and a lot of the other guys out there, continue going straight through. Don't stop, and just continue on your journey until you get to the point where now you've become enlightened. And I think that's a very important type of conceptualization here, because once you get an enlightenment, and I'm not there yet, but once you get there, my understanding is that it is better than anything else in this world. So as you get closer to getting closer to your Creator and your God, I think you have to realize that you don't want anything in your system that's going to stop that. Okay? So Alan, in my mind, I will never put something into my body that will be hurtful. Right? And when people ask for exemptions and things like that, I basically say that's what I say. I basically at the point of saying, nope, I'm not going to stick anything in my body that I'm not sure about, especially if it's not a life and death situation. So, hope this helps, guys. Alan, I hope I'm answering your question on this one. I know you had the other one talking about standing up for yourself. I think I'm going to do a separate video on that one. And I still have some, my man Fifield, he's got one on metaphysics, and I think we got one DH coming on trust in God and things like that. I think we're going to do more of those and focus on something like that. And I have a couple other ones coming as well. All right, guys, until next time, battle on.